Hello and welcome to this live stream here on cholover7 on YouTube. Sorry for the cracking of my chair. Um, what I'm about to stream is basically what I've been doing before today on live stream, and you can actually read it in the description down below if I'm correct. We're going to set a lot of personal best records and lap times online, but then solo and alone on, well, in this case, the Rockingham circuit of, Sportscar. I mean, it's a Sportscar circuit indeedly. And we'll be starting with the UF1, which is basically the first of these cars. All of these cars here, we're going to set a lap time with on this specific circuit, as we haven't done a single lap time yet on this track, online at least. So let's kick it off with the slowest car, the UF1. I'll be using a sequential shifter and my custom racing wheel on my Trustmaster TSPC. And feel free to ask questions in the chat, because I'll be able to see the chat whilst I'm driving. So Rockingham circuit is basically at the moment the only content which is part of a Live for Speed S3 license. But even though it's just a circuit, I think it's worth it because it's an awesome circuit and it is laser scanned, as many people know. So the more people that will get Live for Speed S3, of course, the more people that can attend races, like my own and our own, I should say, Team Racing Championship 2020, which actually has a prize pool for now already of 250 euros so far. Might that price pool actually might be increasing over the next year as the championship is running, but for now it's 250 euros, which is divided into the top three drivers and the best team. Anyways, as we just start our lap right now of the UF1 on Rockingham Sportscar circuit, let's have a look. And just like last stream, after the first car, I will actually be checking if the live stream is still working, because let's be honest, last live stream was a disaster until it finally started working. There you go. So if you're actually watching and you can notice that it's actually working, please leave a chat in the chat message screen telling me everything is working, and then I don't have to interrupt the stream. Here we go. I really like this sports car subcircuit. Really do. Really nice and flowing. Even with this pathetically slow car, which is actually, funny enough, one of my favorite cars to have races with in this game. So out of, I think, the 8 or 9 races that I've attended with it in let's say, championship or series, well, let's say this competition, I've won most of them, so about 5 or 6 of those races. So when with a slow car, it's harder to take an advantage than with a faster car, you know. So you gotta be more precise, I guess, with a slower car. I've actually already done. Oh, that's a shame. I was actually just about to start enjoying it. So yeah, I will be checking now if the stream is working. If it is, we'll go on immediately. Next car which will be the XFG. And indeed, the stream is working, so here we go. Up to the XFG indeedly. Let's see which setup we choose. Well, let's actually just go for something. Well, something AS4 or AS3 I like, I guess. Wait, it's 7 actually. Let's just go for that. My favorite Bridgestone tires, and here we go. next lap on the Rockingham Sportscar circuit. And hello, Antonio. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. Are you having a nice evening? Good to hear. Let's hope for you, and that's. Oh, sorry. I missed my break, right? And it's good to hear that it's great for now. Let's hope it stays that way. And mine is pretty fine as well. Thank you for asking. So Antonio, do you yourself play the game Left for Speed as well, or just viewing because subscribed? That says enough. Nice. Well, this will never be a world record because, of course, as you don't know, for one, this is solo online, just driving personal best lap times. But second, most, I'm not the best driver there is. So. Oh, yes, now I do remember you. Hello, Antonio. Sorry. 6-speed Antonio, of course, how could I forget? That name I especially remember from TC. Yep. What actually happened to Glow? Because I wasn't there when I think it collapsed, did it? Or is it still actually somehow alive? Or and let's move on to the, I think, XRG. Here we go. I certainly don't have a setup. Actually, I don't have any setup for this track, so I'll just be sticking to some AS7 stuff, I guess. Oof. So Red Glow it is. That's a shame. Now we got just a random question. Have you got anything nice planned for the holidays? Hello, Binky Boy. I have no clue why you're saying boomer, but welcome to the stream. Well, I just came back basically to live for speed, Antonio, and I used to love cruising, but it's not my thing anymore. So I love to race now and again now myself. And actually talking about girlfriend, I recently got engaged with my girlfriend Emily. So she will actually be here after the, well, let's say Christmas, because with Christmas I have stuff to do with my family. But yeah, I will be enjoying let's say the holidays at least with my fiance. So looking forward to that. Thank you, thank you. Ah, nice, mate. So, Binky boy, do you still enjoy those old BMG movies of mine? Because sadly, I've kind of lost, let's say, the interest to make them. But wait, I'm actually not focusing. I'm done with the lap, so let's go on to the next car, which is the LX4. Nice. See you in a bit, Antonio. The LX4 right now on Rockingham Sportscar circuit. Binky boy, you say K, but I made like over 150 videos with BMG. It was too much, I guess, to still be interested in making anything with it, sadly. I mean, I still like the game, but somehow I just don't touch or play it anymore at all, you know? So, which is a shame, because they have had a lot of good updates for the game. I guess I'm slowly going back to, you know, some kind of, well, somewhat serious sim racing, especially actually in this very simulated Left for Speed. I mean, I might not be the best, but I know how to run a team, so. And how to organize a championship, apparently. Was it like a query? Like, what are you saying? I'm sorry. I might not be so understandable because my pronunciation in the English is not so good. Sorry for that. I basically said I made over 150 videos with BeamMG, and I kind of lost interest because of making them so frequent as I did before. And even though the game has been updated a lot recently and it's really awesome now, I just cannot get around to play it anymore, you know. So. who is Gailala, if I may ask? I have never heard of this streamer before. Oh, apparently I drove 4 laps or 3 laps. That's nice. Let's see. I was not focused. Let's go on. Antonio, what do you mean? As in sim racing in the championship, I'm actually hosting an entire season, of sorry, the entire year of next year, a season in Need for Speed. So because if you look on the LS forum, you will see something about the TR Championship 2020. That's my championship, and there's actually a prize pool of €250 already for the season for the top 3 drivers and the best team. And with that is kind of my my goal to kind of bring back team racing and league racing to Need for Speed. And we'll host a race every Tuesday evening after Ronnie has done his race, So and yes, for Elvis, yes, for Elvis, correct. And we'll be doing a different car and track combination every race, and every week I should say. So it should be an exciting championship, and we got some help from the LS devs as well, I guess, because they. No, Antonio. Every single car and track can be in there. If you actually go to the LS forum, Antonio, you will actually see that that is already the league section has already been filled in until I think the second week of February, because the first 2 months have already been planned, which car and track and laps and everything will have. So feel free to sign in, because we can use more drivers. I actually should move on actually to the next car immediately. Let's see. If you'd actually go to the the leagues and events section, right? We actually got the section thanks to the LFS dev. You should go to TR Racing there on the LFS forum, and then you will see that there's something about sign up and signees list, and there you can find a sign up form from Google where you can sign up, and then you're ready to go when we start next year. Actually, already on the 7th of January. So, and I notice I have a dry throat, so I should drink something. And there we go. Maybe Antonio, do you already have it? Well, you said you are 6S Antonio, but do you also have it? Well, let's say a team where you actually race with a level speed, or not yet? Are you just doing that on your own, or? Ah, okay. Well, I actually yesterday I attended your the oval event from your organization. It was really much fun. I eventually finished ninth and last with 7 pit stops. Oops, and I almost shot it. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah, with the F5 on the oval, it is nice when you race a 60 lap race with a qualifying setup on the tires. That's really nice, Antonio. So I had to make 7 pit stops for tires, and I nearly set the fastest lap time somehow in the middle of that, but that's amazing. But at least I finished. I mean, all of the field crashed out, so. That's the LX6 dome. Oops. Let's go on to, I think it is the FXO. Oh, actually, it's the RB4. Oh my goodness me, this is a lovely car again on the track. By the way, Antonio, if you're joining in, well, about tipping off some of your teammates to join in as well would be nice because, you know, there's no. I know you don't care about the prizes, you know, but it would be nice if there would be more from the same team for the team championship, you know, that would be really nice. So, just saying. Sliding here. There we go. Let's say that the first race starts at the 7th of January. I don't know if you still have exams by then, but basically the season will last the entire year until the end of December, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to join in. we go, that's the RB4 done. Epic showtime. Yeah, that's the first race, indeedly. That's gonna be fun, mate. Especially if we have multiple cars on track. Oh bugger, oh bugger. Oh, the first crash of the day, hey! By the way, was a slight tap, but it counts as a crash in racing terms. Oh my goodness, with this setup. It's so understeering on the braking, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I'd rather just lift off than brake of this. My goodness. There we go again. Up. This setup is not made for this track at all. Being on two wheels is nice, but not in a race. Or in a fast lap, let's say. Not that it is a fast lap, but one knows what one means. Oopsie. Well, worst lap so far of this stream. Well, that was the horrible FXO attempt, but I think it counts, so let's move on with the XRT. There we go. Only 11 people for now. Yeah, of course I only just announced it 2 days ago, I think, the championship. So yeah, basically 10 of our drivers and Jari Katila, so world class lions. But I expect more to come, so I hope at least. we go. The XLT is done. I'll take a short break after the race about. So let's actually, yeah, take a red. Actually, let's not take that, is it? um, thank you, Antonio. I will soon go through your application. Thank you for that. Of course, after the stream. So to of course Antonio and the other viewers, if there even are any, I wouldn't know. This is the last lap before I take a little break. Or last 2 laps, I should say then. What is this fuel model though? That's true. That's true. I again chose the wrong setup for a difficult car, but hey, we'll have to deal with it. So let's go. Well, this is a beast. Innosteer, oversteer, innosteer, oversteer. And yet I like the car a lot. Incredible. So there we are. I'll be taking a short break. Back soon with the I think the FZ5 indeedly. This car right here. Be right back. Test, test. Can Mr. JRT Alonso, who's getting a shout out right now, tell me if I'm still live on YouTube? Thank you in the chat. Because I will soon be back with a live racing from the Rockingham Sportscar circuit with several cars trying to set a personal best lap time online solo with all of the cars in the game on this track. I'll be back shortly. Thank you for the confirmation, JRT Alonso, or otherwise my good friend Jake. So let's actually already move back onto the, because I cannot actually mute the microphone anymore. So I'll just be hearing some sounds from me drinking and everything. But let's move on to the FZ5 indeedly. I actually do lately for the difficult cars I've been picking a bad setup. So let's actually try and pick a good setup now, because once more I have no single setup for this proper track. And I should say my chat has crashed in game. How do I fix this? Oops. Hello. Hmm. If I type this, will it fix it? Nope. So the chat in game has crashed, which is not so nice. Yeah. This is a bugger. So the chat in game has crashed. Sorry for that. I can actually no longer, when I'm driving, respond to chat messages, which is a shame, at least in this stream. But I'll be going on with the FZ5, because at least the stream is still working. That's better than nothing, I guess. So sorry for those tuning in. I cannot no longer respond to the chat. So for those once more freshly tuned in, just like my friend JRT Alonso, or otherwise Jake, this is the simulator game Live for Speed, and they keep a lot of online statistics from whatever you do, which you can see actually in the description of this live stream, which will eventually be a video. And what my goal is to, for every single track combination and car, which is track variation and car, all of that combined, which is over hundreds of combinations. I want to set a personal best lap time online, so it's recorded there, so that I one day will be able to say I've seen and done it all in Need for Speed. But for now, we're still busy with Rockingham and the Sportscar circuit in the FZ5, about to enter our hot lap. Oh, at least I thought so. There we go. And once more, it's a shame I cannot see the chat anymore. But hey, at least we see the driving. At least I hope you do. Oops, that was a bad mistake hitting that curb. Now completely offline for this corner. Oy, 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 oy. That's the FZ5 done. 1:15.45. Not the most cleanest of laps, but also not the worst. Let's go on to the, what is it? The UFR. It's a really fast car, really playful. So let's instantly go for it on the R2 tires, which are basically, I think, the softest slicks that are available for this car. Not sure though. Could be the R1s, but I don't think so. Let's go on board, of course. Put the lights on just for fun. As you can see, this car is properly fast for acceleration, and boy, does it have grip. This car should not be. I was just gonna say, not be tapping too many curbs, especially not that bloody sausage curb, because I'll be rolling over like a madman. Actually, really also need to lift a little when shifting with this thing. And it's shifting up. Oh, there we go. Oi, 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 oi. This little thing is a wild animal, I'll tell you. Wild animal. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna brake because else I could really crash the car. I'll just go a bit wider here. Still have some entrance speed at the, well, at the lap, I guess. A bit more wide. I'll slowly slot into the racing line. Yeah. That's a better line indeed. There we go. That's much better. As I notice, I'm having voice cracks because I'm having a dry throat, so that's a shame, but that's of course because my brake kinda interrupted my own brake because of my good man Jake. So there we go, this is a faster lap than before. 1:9.54. Let's instantly look at the. Well, actually, I can of course look at the chat. I hope without crashing the entire stream. At least I hope so. So let's do that soon. Hey Blinky boy, sorry for not noticing your chat because my, well, basically the in-game chat notifications for me just crashed. And let's see what Jake has been saying. Yes, Jake, that was the BMW Sauber which you saw right here, but that's the last car we're trying on the stream. So stay tuned to see that lovely car being hopefully not being smashed to pieces by me. So let's go. By the way, say BMW Sauber. Well, that's because in Dutch we say BMW, but of course in English it's BMW. So my apologies if I said BMW because that must sound so awkward. Let's say, but nicely. Englishman to hear a Dutchman say that. So. And in this case, of course, if you're Jake, an Irishman, proud Irishman, of course, but rightfully so. Nearly cut the curb there, the sausage curb. Oh, oi, 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 oi. That sausage scope we did kill it. This setup is actually really grippy. I'm surprised. There we go. We can do this. Can take a little bit wider approach on with these faster cars. If you don't do, well, not the widest, but the wider you usually go on ovals, the more speed you take with you. So oh, that's a little cut. Sorry for that. Oh well. Nobody saw it. There we go, 1890. Quickly forward to the next car, which is, I believe, the FXR. A beast of a car. Well, let's say a bit of a DTM car, but then the four-wheel driven. This beast right here. That's not to use. Let's use this setup here. This setup. This one. Yeah. There we go. Put a little bit more fuel in because this one actually takes a lot more. Consumes a lot more, I should say, fuel. There we go. Lights on. I don't. Well, lights on and soon lights out. I don't know where we go, but it's a shame the chat is not working anymore. But again, the app I'm using to stream is in beta as of now. It's not fully released yet, so this can happen. Stay in third here, clearly. That was quite an okay lap, I guess. I actually really like this combination. The stupid fact is this specific car on the track would actually be on the Team Racing Championship 2020 on one of the first races of the year. But somehow the LFS League section could not accept this car and this track as a combination that I would add to the as a round of the series. So I had to eventually choose for Rockingham Historic. with this car. It is a shame, but I've actually done, of course, with this car. But 1201. I'll briefly take a little sip of water, and then I'll be moving on with this horrific car. Actually, what kind of cell did I use for this one? Too late to see now. Let's actually go for yes. 7 setup. A little sip of water. There we go. And restart. And if Jake, if you're still watching, of course, once more I cannot see the chat right now, but we're soon hitting the BMW F1 Sauber from 2006. This car right here is really playful, but I actually like it more for ovals. It makes me think of a proper NASCAR from back in the day, I guess. No way. There's a lot of oversteer on, I guess, these type of bends, as we will soon find out. Actually, with this setup, maybe not. Okay, the first proper crash of the stream. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. We've rolled it. That's the first, actually, of all of the streams today that I actually binned it, really. I mean, I've had some touches here and there, but properly bin it like that, that's a first. So let's retry. It's actually one of the cars I've driven the fewest of all of my years of Left of Speed. Of course, cars like the Race About, the RAC and the FZ5. I've driven sometimes, but not in proper racing on circuits because they're not made for that, in my opinion. This car, from the proper race cars, is one of the few I've driven the fewest, let's say. I really didn't used to like it back in the day. But, I mean, it's a handful, you know, and it's nice. Nowadays that I have a bit more control of the cars, I guess. I'm not as fast as I used to be, but my control is better, I guess. I guess being consistent and finishing most of your races and it's more important in a championship at least than always winning. Well, of course, if you always win, that's better, but you know what I mean. If I remember correctly, I don't know which year it was and which exact season or championship, but there was also an entire year long, and I basically won the championship by being consistent. Because I only won 2 or 3 races in the entire championship, which once more lasted a year, so like 28 or 30 rounds no more. I only won 2 or 3, but the rest only finishing in the midfield. But because I finished nearly every race, well actually I finished every race, apart from one I believe, because there's a 10th, that made me champion. So, you know, consistency is key. You don't always have to win. Unless there's somebody winning all the time, then maybe you do have to do something to improve, you know, but there we go. Okay. Did Lewis, for example, Lewis Hamilton win all his races this year? Certainly not. He was consistent in finishing in the points, podiums. That's how he won the championship. And F1 that is, of course, for those who magically don't know what I'm talking about, but I think all of you who are watching and listening do. This was not the best of laps, but hey, it counts. 1533. Up to the FSZR, and then come all the single seaters. So we now go to this beauty right here, then this horrible thing, beauty, meh. But of course, Jake wants to see this, so we'll give it a serious go, just like any other car. And yeah, let's go for this setup right here. Just choosing a random one. Actually, even forgot to switch to my lucky Bridgestone tires. Ooh, this will be challenging. Lights on. FZR once more on Rockingham Sportscar circuit. was an early shift. Shouldn't have done that. This beast right here, this is, you know, this was, I should say, the icon of LFS endurance racing back in the day. This car, the SLR, is amazing to drive, amazingly fast, amazingly grippy, but also oversteering and challenging at the same time. And after all these years, I still find it a challenge. You know, it's still relevant to race this car at high speed. Let's say that. So for those, if there's actually anybody still watching, and if you're watching this back after it's been live, you do not have left speed, you are missing out, right? You're missing out. This game is the first public demos, I think, or demos I should say, before it actually became for sale, was already, I think, in end of 2002, if I'm not mistaken, or beginning of 2003. And it's still slowly being developed. Actually, I don't know if it's soon, you know. Let's say soon trademark, there's coming a huge update to the circuits and to the graphics, but that's not known when that is. But the game is still being developed and the game is still relevant. The physics, the tire physics, the handling is still better than most of the games and simulators I've ever driven, you know. For a game that basically originates from 2002 and before, that's amazing. So once more, if you haven't ever tried out the simulator before, give it a shot. The demo is free to try at lfs.net. And it's only better if this game becomes popular again, because boy, it shaped my life in a good way, let's say that, this game, or simulator. Saying game to live for speed, it's like saying need for speed to live for speed, when people ask you, need for speed? No! Because a proper live for speed sim racer will get very angry when somebody calls it need for speed because they don't know the game. Like I would, but then again, you know, it's like saying game to a simulator which is properly simulated like this, and calling it a game, which I have been doing all the time this evening, but my apologies for that. Okay. And I haven't even focused on my lap, I've just been blabbing. Let's go on to the MRT, which is actually a slow single seater, so I'll just grab some setup. That's it. We take this right here. I don't want missions. No. We want Bridgestone. There we go. I'm just, you know, quickly going through this now because simply I'm getting tired and I can't see the chat, so it's not as entertaining as it was before. So the MR3, yeah, actually you should of course shift backwards, because apparently when you start shifting with this car you have to shift backwards to go in first gear, and then afterwards you shift up again to go into the next gears, and of course down to go into the downwards shifting. What is this gearing ratio? Wow. But yeah, this one used to be very confusing in public races on public service back in the day when this car was on. Because many people was like, hey, we shift up when we start the race. No. You shift down when you start the race, then you start shifting up. Because this is not the type of game, you know, which has a start assist. It used to have, really back in the day, but as they say now, no driving assist, you do the driving. That's one of the, I think, most famous lines of Left for Speed sales, let's say that. And that's how it should be, you know. I mean, sure, some cars have traction control or anti-lock brakes, but that's because those type of cars have that in real life. And of course, I have an ideal line here in front of me, but it'd be really hard to learn all the circuits without that. But besides that, let's say the realistic assists and how you say this in English? Well, basically driving aids. That's how you call it, I think. There is nothing to help you drive better other than you learning, trying, failing, learning, trying, failing, and eventually succeeding. And that's what's what still to this day makes this game a challenge, and I really love that. I mean, it might sound like I'm trying to sell you the game. Well, in a way I am, because this game is still relevant, as I said, and it's still lovely. And it's a shame that it doesn't have such a huge community as, let's say, a AAA game. Mark my words, this is gonna be might be frustrating a lot of people. Project Cars sucks compared to this game. Project Cars had the right budget to market the game and get a huge audience and community. this game, if it would have the same content, but with this engine and this physics, it would outrun project cars by miles, you know. And I might be stepping some people on the toes right here, but this game is so good, it has so much potential. And why? It doesn't. Might not have made that potential that it has. It has 3 developers, people. 3. One that does the coding, one that does the content, and one that basically does the servers and the sites and everything, you know, and some things, stuff on the background, and that's about it. They do this as volunteers in their free time. And how amazing is this game from just 3 people? I mean, I cannot imagine me and 2 other people having to do something like this, you know? I would give up. This is such a quality piece for such a small development team. And yeah, so yes, I am doing kind of trying to sell you the game because it is bloody awesome. For those who are still watching once more, but ah. And also for Antonio, if you're still there, because I am now briefly looking at the chat. I actually cannot see the chat anymore in game because something crashed and the chat is gone. But I do indeed play some other games sometimes. Steady Counter Strike, sometimes Euro Truck Simulator, and even I'm ashamed to say it, but Grid 2019 and Dirt Rally 2.0. But like I have hundreds of games. But for some reason, I just came back to Need for Speed again just to play it every day again because it stays an awesome game and always will be. Here we go. I just messed up. No, I didn't. There we go. Ooh, the clutch does not like this. Start. Here you have a Formula BMW, by the way. Sorry for not noticing you. This is a lovely little signal sealer because, for example, you have to use the clutch. If you're manual clutching, you can actually. Or button clutching if you're on the keyboard. And if you're auto clutching like myself, because I have no clue how to clutch, because my clutch pedal is my brake pedal, because they're a bit too close to each other, the pedals on my pedal set, let's say, so I am not really using the brake pedal at all, so it's actually a wonder I managed to brake that good sometimes, because as everybody knows, a clutch pedal is really light and a brake pedal is really stiff, and you can feel what you're doing. I cannot feel really much when I'm braking, apart from what I'm seeing here on my screen, so anyways, this car here, you have to lift off the accelerator if you're shifting up, or of course you lift off clutch and shift up if you're clutching, but that's amazing, you know. Brings an extra challenge to the car, to the game. I'll actually focus a bit on my lap now. Here we go. That felt quite alright, let's say that. Actually, I want to go another lap, and I will. Just because I can. felt this was not such a good lap, but it was enjoyable. Oh, yes, it was a better lap. Haha. A movement of 600 of a second, sorry, 6/10 of a second, and there we go. Off we go. Whoopa. Next car in line, the Formula XR. After that, there's 2 cars to go. The Formula V8, which is gonna be a challenge, and this one, because it might seem easy to drive, but it very well is not easy to drive, I can tell you. Let's go for the R2s indeed. Not Michelin tires. Yeah, there we go. Here we see the special made onboard of my helmet, well, to see my helmet, let's say, with a special design on top. Which you can see as a bubbly spiral, I guess. So let's go. There's one thing though I wish the other us devs, and I guess that would be Eric Bailey, the 3D developer, you know, of all the objects and the tracks and stuff, that he would make a bit more, let's say, a helmet-shaped helmet, because this is, after all those years, still a spike thing, you know, sadly to say, because aren't helmets, you know, the pride of the driver, you know, which protects them and everything, and really personal to them in the racing, and then you can make a helmet skin, and I'm not focusing it, I bend it, but it's not too heavily damaged, so let's go. Anyways, and I think if anything from the let's say the objects or whatever should be updated first after whatever they're updating right now. On the background, they should update the helmet, the 3D object, because the 3D object of the helmet is not even I say this roundly shaped or whatever you mean. However, I should say it, like it's not shaped like a helmet really. It is yeah, how do you say it? It's like there's a lot of edgy edges instead of being smooth. And I'll actually focus again because this car has a bit more trouble than the car we've driven before. Oh bugger. Oops. Oh well, retry. Because that originally said they have to be somewhat competitive, those laps. That one certainly won't be with that slide. Maybe I should have just stick in 6th there, that corner. Oh bugger. No, we won't be retrying this lap because I'm running out of energy, out of concentration, and I really have to finish the stream because I promised you, the viewer, and myself to do that as well. So let's actually take a setup out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. Oops, that was some words which were not allowed over there, so I just quickly scrolled up, or scrolled down, I should say. Yeah, let's do this and this. And go on for the second to last car, the Formula V8, around the Rockingham Sportscar, and this car is quite something. Whereas I was struggling with the last car, this car, I just say that. Oh, they didn't really make the first corner there, my goodness me. Chose the wrong setup again. One golden rule of this car, never go back to first gear in a race. Or in any situation at all, unless you're in like a situation like the hairpin in Monaco or something, but that's not in this game, so. Taking a wider approach again to the start finish. I should shift earlier. Shall we actually dare to try and take this nearly flat out? You know, or brake a bit, but with one chins back. There we go. Now, if I would have done that flat out, you would have ended up over the fence, I think. That was not the best of laps, but I'll try another one. Let's see. No, actually, well, whatever. Let's just continue. I mean, the corner would have been as fast as this if I would have made it correctly. So. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Nope. And then if you're still watching, Jake, here we go. The BMW F1 Sauber. In my Team of Racing colors with an illegal logo, but anyways, yep. I should actually. Oh yeah, the skin is not uploaded, of course not. Oops. Oh well. Let's then go for a. Let's actually use this one. There we go. Yeah, the actual Sauber skin. Yeah, there we go. We don't have enough fuel, so we'll just add something. There we go. Once more. There we go. All I'm saying right now, and this is the last 2 laps. Hopefully 2, I should say. Maybe I need to do another one, but of this stream, I already want to thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at the daytime, maybe already in the morning, maybe in the afternoon, maybe I don't know, but I will be back tomorrow with a live stream with another something like this again, and then another circuit indeedly. And to be shifting this car with a stick shift, which is sequential, instead of sequential pedals on the back of the wheel, is really strange. But I guess it works. But I only have one hand on the wheel at any given moment at the moment. Okay. As you can probably notice by that. Are you ready, Jake? We only make 7th gear. Nope. Oops, we actually went back too far 10 gears. And there we go. Rockingham Sportscar circuit complete. With a personal best lap time of every car on this specific track combination. I think it took me just over an hour of live stream to succeed, so that's quite nice for a completion, I guess, beginning from 0. There we go. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name is cholover7. This was Live for Speed, personal best goal, let's say a personal best on every track goal and achievement and everything, so. And hello, GF and Martin for joining in. Sadly, you're just late because I'm about to shut down the stream, but yeah. That was it. Thank you for watching once more, and I'll be back tomorrow in the afternoon, I guess, or late or morning in the European time zone, that is at least. For another stream, thank you for watching, and see you next time here at cholover7 on YouTube.